Today we're going to have a look at level 13 in the Pandeia Project DLC. This one is called Through Space and Time. This is Train Valley 2. We have 15 minutes, we have to avoid train crashes, and we can't allow any trains to arrive at the wrong station. Annoyingly, this has got me, I've played this level a couple of times, and I've been done a couple of times for slightly forgetting that these two pictures here relate to this worker, not this worker. And it does my head in that, like, I don't know if there's a way that they could be color-coded or something to this one, but I've never had a level where it's such a problem with how close those guys are sitting. So everything's divisible by 7. We're starting with 7-seater trains. It's a really nice little thing. What we need first is just to make some money. We've got some stuff over in the nothing over there, and they will appear soon. But before they appear, what we need to do is just get quick money, and obviously that first thing is going to be logs. This is a pretty clean level for what things we need where. And it's sort of all just being either 21s or 42s. So we're going to start off by dumping, that's already 21 guys there, so we're just going to give them a quick break. And while they're doing that, we're going to send some guys up to the boards. Just make that connection too. I'm going to swing this guy down this way as well, because there's now a gap again, because we do need 42 wood. While they're still brewing, we'll send our last lot of guys up to the boards. We can see that these kimberlite has now appeared. I'm going to send this guy down that way as well. Going to get this guy connected. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start just doing these quick little connections that allow us to make good money. So we're going to send the logs to the boards, because then once the boards are made, we can send them to the chairs. So we can get those little 3 bits of supply chain done nice and quick. And that gives us a fair bit of money. So we're going to build that tunnel. We're going to build that bridge next. There we go, that bridge. We're going to then send these guys back here, because that's another quick bit of big money that we can make. And you can see that guy's already got his 7 done, so we're going to get the 21 from that. We're going to get the 14 from that. We'll make that connection and that connection. We're going to buy that guy. And we are going to get... I want him to go around just probably there. 12 to there, and then 3 to there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start sending this guy. So 21 up there. We'll send these guys back. So the other thing that we now want to sort of get is money to buy more trains, while we're also buying bridges out in this bit. So we're going to do some quick deliveries of those just to allow us to afford another train. Okay, so that's 21 guys heading up for the kimberlite. The next thing we're going to need is these 2 bridges. Alright, what we'll do is we'll just send these guys across here. Enough funds yet, because these will be some nice shorter trips. Sort of allow this to get done. Also, there's no sense in sending anyone at the top if we genuinely can't afford to build the bridges to let those guys get there. Okay, so great. Okay, so just enough money that we can now get these guys to shoot across here and start that setup. Need 21 guys in the electricity. And once we've got them across, we're going to need this bridge and this setup. And we're going to start going with guys here. So we need 42. So that's 2 lots there. That's 14. That's 21. And we're sort of at the mercy of how fast this guy can generate workers, so we can send these short little trips along to just have some nice little arrivals done. So that's 28. $35. No, it's not 42. Sorry, that's not that guy. Okay, so then we're just going to do this nice little back road setup. That's the last guy headed for over here. So while he's going, we're just going to make our connection possible. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to need workers up that way as well. We'll just give the workers a chance to breathe. So it's 20... what's that? 28, 35, 42. Yep, so we're all good with our math there. Got the 21 guys there. So what we'll do is, as that guy goes by, we're going to send rocks down here. As we send those rocks, we're also going to start sending the rockets up, because the rockets are worth big money. You can see he's worth 84,000. Absolutely lovely money to be making at this point. Okay, and what we can do with our first huge haul of money is just finish off some of these roads. It's that, and then that connection. Okay, so then let's get another train board. Because using the trains, you can see there's this $84,000 price tag to get stuff around the top. I don't want to be too gung-ho in spending all my money on trains. I almost want to try and buy as few trains as possible to allow us to make as much use of this connection as we can. Now, primarily, it's all going to come from the rocket shop. Okay, so that's 28 workers that we've got headed at the top, which matches the 28 rockets we've already got there. It's 35. Also, nothing can happen with these guys at the top until we've got electricity, so we're going to need to get these guys down the bottom moving as well. Because this guy is the last remaining of the workers heading north. So once he's out of the way, we're going to make sure we flip all of these correctly and have the uranium head down here. So at the same time, we can then still send those two rockets at the top. While that's going on, this guy can start to deliver workers. Let's get the further away one first. Just got to be careful if we've got too many balls in the air while we're doing this. Buy one more train. Okay, that's 3 guys headed that way. We're then going to send the glass. And this, we've just got to be careful with this, that we don't accidentally have the glass arrive at the wrong place. We've got to make sure after that last uranium goes that we change the train routing. We now also have to be aware that we've started with these. So the electricity is pretty good in this one, like it's very slowly used. But we want to not like sort of waste our time because we've got no extra electricity if it does die. So we need to make sure that as soon as we've got 7 boxes here, we are moving. Okay, and there we are. We adjust that, make sure that's all good. This guy with his 7, so that's the last set of workers that we need to shift there. That's 7 goods, so we're going to send this up this way. So you can see we've currently got 500 money. I'm not particularly confident about the amount of electricity that we've got. So just in case, while we've got this sort of lull in this main route, we're going to send more workers up here just to have it manufactured and ready to go. Because this is a hyper loop, it can be sometimes awkward with how trains move through it. So I'm just trying to give some spacing for the various different trains as they go through. So I'm going to send that guy, give him some time. That's 2 trains down the bottom. It's our 3rd train. Give him a bit of time, and then we're going to send this guy, and we're going to flip them to this side. Then we've got our next set of crates. It's using all of our trains at the moment. So we'll just hold out a second. It'll be once we get these 3 guys arriving, we'll start to send a few more trains of workers. We've just got to flip this back. This is a really tricky part of the don't arrive at the wrong destination. When we've got, we're sending 2 different types of goods to 2 different places up this way. So we're also going to change this. So now these workers are going to go here. Okay, so that guy's going to go that way. And then his partner in crime is going to go that way after him. And once they've moved through, we're then going to send robotics over that way. We've only sent, what, the 1 guy down here, so we're going to send 2 more while we're doing that. So that robotics is on its way, so we're going to send this, which will be the final lot of the crates that need to go into the manufacturing process. The rest are actually just going to be used as just deliveries. So we'll flip this guy back that way. Same goes for these. It's the last one that needs to go over that way. He arrives there. So we're down to 12. So we're doing pretty well with our manufacturing. We've got obviously the robotics is just continuing on. But we're just going to have these guys arrive. Should be well in time. We'll start to move these guys down here. Okay, so with that all moving around that way and these guys just building, we've got that one lot of guys that needs to move. We also have the chairs. So I think we'll wait for this guy to get done first. We've got 6 minutes still, so and I think it's just a lot of deliveries that we're going to be doing from this point. So he then heads off that way. And next up, we're going to move the chairs, and we're moving the chairs over to that guy. Like I said, it is not clear that that is who those chairs are headed to. But I've failed it enough times to be certain that it's got to be the guy on the backside. Okay, so we have 8 of this still going. And the question is, as long as this guy is manufacturing faster than he is. And he definitely is overtaking him, so we should be fine. Great, we can see that those are now going in there. So next up, we've got boxes coming down here. So we're going to send them this way. I also think that we don't have to worry about the electricity and so on that we've made there. That's all going to be fine. Just double checking the route for the boxes. We do have enough money that we can send things through the Hyperloop too. So when we want to send like the tires across, that's all good. So these boxes are all headed down this side, which means that there's nothing happening on that side at the moment, and he needs the vacuum and the tires both just directly sent to him. Are those vacuums? Electronic motors, it's close enough. So we've got the choice of whether we want to send them along the top or along the bottom. We've got 380. Let's go along the top in case we can afford it. double check that we're actually sending them to the right place. In here. I think that these 35s that we're going to get here are also going to really help pay for this. I also didn't consider the distance between those guys, so I think I got kind of lucky in the in them working out. Okay, so then these guys are also going that same direction. And we've definitely got enough money for all these guys to get sent. This guy then needs cheesecake, so again, that won't get in the way of what's happening on that side. So we can send these. They don't have to go through a hyperloop, so we don't have to slow these down in the way they're moving. So next up are going to be these medical bags, medical kits. So we probably could have sent everything around the normal way if we wanted to win with slightly more money. But I mean, if our goal is just the stars, then we don't have to worry about that too much. You can see that there's no need to worry about needing more uranium. I didn't notice how much uranium we had left when we finished. Done. World ratings killed the real-time. Poorer in the funds, obviously, to do with... I guess you could have just made more rockets and made a bank load of money. Game time pretty solid too. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.